Good evening. In supply chain management, all of you know that the raw material from supplier moves to the production center, and from production center the product moves to the consumers through different type of the middlemen or intermediaries. But the questions arises, do we really need intermediaries in supply chain management? Because when you add on the intermediaries, then ultimately you add on cost. When you add on cost, it moves towards the inefficiencies, increasing the price of the product, or you may be incompetitive in current era of competition. So every time, everywhere, the manufacturer to products producers to different type of the suppliers, everyone is thinking that how to minimize the intermediaries. Let's know about whether intermediaries is essential part of supply chain management or not. Let's take an example. There are 3 producers and 3 consumers. Every producer channelizes its product to different type of the consumers. Let's consumer 1, consumer 2, consumer 3. Similarly, producer 2 also channelizes products to consumer 1, consumer and consumer 3. And producer 3 is also channelizes its product to consumer 1, consumer 2 and consumer 3. In this way, there are 9 different ways the producers of the respective categories depends on the consumers. If I just add on one intermediaries in between them, then the dependency will reduce down to 6 ways. Or you can see that when there is no intermediaries, then the permutation and combinations are 9 different ways of dependencies. When only add on only one intermediaries, it will reduce down to 6. It means when intermediaries are there, then you have to utilize your resources in more efficient way. But in social science or in the dynamic world, everything is a perspective in accordance with the current situations. It depends that intermediaries will add on any value in the system or not. Besides that, intermediaries also helps to breaking the bulk. If everything has been handled by the producers, there may be the chances that the risk will be increased. Intermediaries comes, then ultimately the bulk will reduce down and risk also be reduced down. Intermediaries helps to channelize the information from the consumer to the producers. That is a great asset. If information will be highly reliable, then the role played by the intermediaries is highly efficient. Another is the transaction cost. Moving from one place to the another through different type of the modes, different type of the place, you increase the cost. That role also be played by the intermediaries. If intermediaries are there, then transaction cost also be reduced down and it add on the efficiency in the system. In a nutshell, intermediaries is essential part of supply chain management, but it depends on whether it is add cost or whether it is add value in the system. One important term that is more critical to be discussed on the role played by the intermediaries. For that, you just go through the Stockholm syndrome, where intermediaries, by virtue of that, they create a nexus with the producers, and due course of the time, though they will not add actual value, still the producer depends on them. They could not take them away from the clutches of that intermediaries. That is the negative part of the system. For that, I will put another video on Stockholm syndrome. But till date, intermediaries is important one in supply chain management, who optimize the resources more efficient way, breaking the bulk, channelize the information, hopefully the reliable one, and reduce the transaction cost. That is the parts and parcel of intermediaries in supply chain management. Thank you all.